Our first stop is one of the most famous and mysterious landmarks in the world, Stonehenge. Located in Wiltshire, England, this prehistoric monument has puzzled scientists, historians, and visitors for centuries. Standing tall and silent, the stone circle consists of massive upright stones, some weighing over 40 tons, arranged in a unique pattern. But the question remains, why? Many theories abound. Some say it was a temple for ancient sun worshippers. Others believe it could have been an astronomical observatory, aligning with the solstices and equinoxes, marking the passage of time with eerie precision. What's even more chilling is that the stones were transported from over 200 miles away, a feat that would have required extraordinary effort with the primitive technology of the time. And yet, no one truly knows how these people achieved such a monumental task. Even more mysterious is the fact that there are no written records from the time, leaving us with nothing but speculation. Some have even suggested that Stonehenge has paranormal connections, with claims of ghost sightings and inexplicable energy surges in the area. Could this ancient site be more than just a relic of the past? One thing's for sure, Stonehenge continues to be an enigma that no one can quite explain. There's also the fact that Stonehenge aligns perfectly with the movements of the sun and moon, which means that ancient civilizations must have had profound knowledge of celestial patterns. How did these prehistoric people possess such advanced understanding without the tools we use today? Could they have known something we've long forgotten? In addition, there are numerous other ancient monuments around the world that share similarities with Stonehenge, such as Newgrange in Ireland, leading some to wonder if these sites were part of a larger, interconnected network of ancient knowledge. Could these sites have been built for purposes far beyond our comprehension? Some also believe that Stonehenge was built by an ancient civilization with knowledge and techniques lost to time. If this is true, could the world's early cultures have had contact with each other and shared secrets that were eventually erased from history? Next, let's head to the remote and hauntingly mysterious Easter Island in Chile, where we find the famous Moai statues, massive stone figures that have been a source of fascination for centuries. These statues, carved between 1400 and 1650, each stand tall with exaggerated facial features and oversized heads, some weighing as much as 80 tons. But why were they created? And how? The Moai statues are believed to represent the ancestors of the Rapa Nui people, acting as protectors or symbolic figures of authority. But the real mystery begins with the transportation of these statues. How did the islanders move these enormous figures across the island, especially since no wheels or large tools were available? Theories suggest that the statues were walked to their locations, using a complex system of ropes and coordinated effort. Some even claim that these statues have mystical powers, with local legends speaking of their spiritual significance. Adding to the intrigue, many of the statues were toppled in the 19th century, but the reasons for their destruction remain unclear. Was it a result of internal conflict, or was there something more sinister at play? The mystery of the Moai statues remains a captivating riddle that continues to puzzle historians and explorers alike. What makes these statues even more eerie is the fact that no one truly knows how the ancient people of Easter Island managed to quarry, carve, and move such colossal stones without the aid of modern technology. Did they possess a lost knowledge, or was there something else driving their extraordinary achievements? Some also suggest that the Moai statues were placed on platforms called ahu, and these platforms were arranged according to a specific alignment with the stars, adding an astronomical aspect to the mystery. Did the Rapa Nui people use the Moai for celestial navigation, or was there a deeper spiritual connection to the cosmos? One theory claims that the Moai statue's placement was a way to represent the concept of mana, or spiritual energy, and that the statues were placed where their energy could be most potent. Could these stone figures have held some kind of ancient power, giving the Rapa Nui people an advantage that led to their rise and eventual downfall? Moving on to Peru, we arrive at the Nazca Lines, an incredible collection of giant geoglyphs etched into the desert floor. Spanning an area of about 50 square kilometers, the lines form intricate patterns and shapes, including animals, plants, and geometric designs. Some of these figures are so large that they can only be fully appreciated from the air. But here's the kicker, no one knows how or why they were created. Dating back to around 500 BCE to 500 CE, the Nazca people constructed these giant designs, but they didn't have access to aerial technology. So, how did they create such precise, large-scale artwork? The lines are so perfect that it's hard to believe they were made by people on the ground, and some experts suggest that the designs may have had religious or astronomical significance. Others believe the lines were used for ritualistic purposes, potentially linked to water and fertility. What's even more chilling is that the mystery surrounding the Nazca Lines extends to their purpose. Were they made for extraterrestrials? Some theorists believe the lines were messages to visitors from other planets, possibly designed to be visible from above. Could the Nazca people have had contact with beings from the stars? The mystery remains unsolved. Additionally, the sheer size of the designs, some stretching hundreds of meters long, makes it impossible to understand how they could have been created with such precision, especially given the primitive tools available at the time. Were these people using some form of forgotten technology or knowledge? The way the Nazca Lines seem to be arranged across the desert floor suggests they may have been meant for viewing from high in the sky. Could the Nazca people have had an understanding of aerial perspectives long before flight was even possible? Some believe that the lines were created with the intention of reaching the gods or celestial beings, perhaps as a form of divine communication. Some lines also appear to be paths or roads, leading researchers to speculate that the Nazca people used them for rituals or ceremonies that involved processions or pilgrimages. What kind of ancient rituals could have been performed along these lines, and how might they have been connected to the people's spiritual beliefs? In the heart of the Peruvian Andes, we find another incredible mystery, Machu Picchu. Often called the Lost City of the Incas, this ancient site is perched high above the Sacred Valley and was only rediscovered by the outside world in 1911. But long before then, Machu Picchu had been abandoned, its purpose lost to history. So, why was it built, and why was it deserted? Machu Picchu is an engineering marvel, built with stones so precisely cut that not even a knife blade can fit between them. Despite its remoteness, the city has breathtaking architectural achievements, including intricate terraces, temples, and a sophisticated water system. Some believe Machu Picchu was a royal estate for Inca Emperor Pachacuti, while others suggest it was a spiritual center or a military stronghold. What makes it even more fascinating is that, despite being one of the most visited archaeological sites in the world, the exact purpose of Machu Picchu remains a mystery. And let's not forget the eerie vibe that surrounds the place. There's something almost otherworldly about it, as if the city holds secrets that have yet to be uncovered. Some even claim that the ancient Inca spirits still roam the ruins, adding an element of the supernatural to this already mysterious site. Recent studies have also suggested that Machu Picchu may have been an astronomical observatory, perfectly aligned with celestial events. Was it a place where the ancient Inca observed the stars and used this knowledge for sacred rituals or agricultural practices? The mysteries surrounding Machu Picchu continue to intrigue and baffle researchers to this day. The fact that the Incas were able to build such a monumental city on top of a mountain, without the use of wheels or draft animals, raises even more questions. Could they have used a lost form of advanced engineering, or was their understanding of the natural world far ahead of its time? Some researchers even believe that the remote location of Machu Picchu may have made it a center for Incan resistance during the Spanish conquest. Could this hidden city have been a last stronghold of a lost civilization, waiting to be rediscovered centuries later? Now, let's delve into one of the most chilling places on Earth, Chernobyl, Ukraine. On April 26, 1986, a catastrophic nuclear accident at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant released radioactive materials into the atmosphere, causing the worst nuclear disaster in history. Today, Chernobyl remains a desolate and haunting place, with entire towns and villages abandoned in the aftermath. What makes Chernobyl so eerie is the idea that life once flourished here, families lived, children played, and factories worked, but now, the area is a ghost town. The exclusion zone surrounding Chernobyl spans over 30 kilometers, and while some brave souls venture in to explore, the place is still incredibly dangerous due to lingering radiation. But it's not just the radiation that makes Chernobyl terrifying. Many claim to hear strange noises in the abandoned buildings, and there have been sightings of ghostly figures and shadowy apparitions. What's even more unsettling is that some people believe the disaster may have been linked to secret experiments, and there are rumors that dark, unexplained forces are still at work in the area. Whatever the truth is, Chernobyl remains a place of darkness and mystery. One of the most haunting aspects of Chernobyl is the abandoned Pripyat city, a once bustling Soviet town that has been frozen in time. Schools, hospitals, and even amusement parks remain untouched, adding to the sense of eerie isolation. What happened to the people who once lived there? Where did they go? It's a question that still lingers, shrouded in dark mystery. Adding to the terror of Chernobyl is the fact that the nuclear disaster wasn't a one-time event. The aftermath continues to haunt the region to this day. The toxic radiation levels are still incredibly high in certain areas, and even today, researchers wear protective suits just to venture into the most contaminated zones. Could there still be dangers lurking beneath the surface? Furthermore, the wildlife in the area, while thriving in some ways, exhibits strange mutations, adding another layer of creepiness to this already haunting place. There are also rumors about the mysterious Chernobyl stalkers, groups of people who illegally venture into the zone, searching for relics or experiencing what some claim are supernatural events. Could the spirits of those who perished in the disaster still roam the area, trapped by the radiation and the trauma of what happened? These stories only deepen the eerie aura that surrounds Chernobyl today. The catacombs of Paris, France. Finally, we travel beneath the streets of Paris to the catacombs, an underground labyrinth that holds the remains of over 6 million people. Originally created in the 18th century to address overcrowding in the city's cemeteries, the catacombs have since become a chilling tourist attraction. But what's even more unsettling is the eerie atmosphere that pervades this subterranean world. The catacombs stretch for miles beneath Paris, with tunnels lined with bones and skulls. The sheer number of human remains is both macabre and fascinating. Some believe the catacombs were intended to bring peace to the restless souls of the dead, while others think the bones were arranged as a form of art, a macabre yet respectful tribute to those who came before. Visitors who brave the underground maze often speak of a feeling of intense unease, with reports of whispers, strange lights, and even cold spots that seem to appear out of nowhere. What's even more unsettling is the idea that there may be parts of the catacombs that remain unexplored and unknown, possibly even harboring secrets from the past. While the public areas of the catacombs are accessible to tourists, there are still vast, uncharted sections where no one dares to go. Rumors suggest that these hidden areas may be home to otherworldly phenomena, or perhaps the souls of the forgotten dead. The catacombs were originally part of an extensive network of quarries beneath Paris, but over time, the tunnels became a place for the dead when cemeteries became too overcrowded. Some even say the bones were moved here not only for space, but to prevent the spread of disease. Over time, these bones have become part of the very foundation of Paris, with some believing that the city's underworld might be haunted by the spirits of those buried there. In addition to the ghostly rumors, there are stories about the catacombs being a haven for secret societies or illegal activities. Some say that the labyrinth has been used for centuries by underground groups for rituals, or that certain passages lead to hidden treasures or forbidden knowledge. With all the mystery surrounding this place, it's no wonder that the catacombs of Paris continue to be a subject of intrigue and fear. As you wander through the catacombs, you can't help but feel a deep sense of respect for the millions of souls resting there, but also an unsettling sense of being watched. Could the spirits of the dead still linger beneath Paris, guarding the secrets of the city's dark past? With every step, you might wonder if there are more terrifying secrets waiting to be uncovered, deep in the bowels of the catacombs. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more mind-blowing content.